Good day, guys. This is your tutor engineer. Thanks for availing yourself on this channel, and stay tuned. I'll be doing a series on geometry. So this is the first of the series that will come later. So okay, let's start with this question. So if you are grade 12, you're in the right place. Even if you are grade 11, I think you can learn a lot from this geometric series in geometry. Euclidean geometry to be in particular. Okay, so 8.2 says here, let's have a look in the diagram below. O is the center of the cycle. Okay, there you can see there is point O, right? And then Q is the midpoint of chord PR. So if Q is the midpoint of chord QR, what does that say? So you have a chord, you have the line drawn from the center which bisects the chord. You should think about, okay, this should be 90 degrees then, because the line drawn from the center of the cycle bisecting the chord is perpendicular to the chord. And then PR is 8, right? So if PR, which is chord PR, is 8, that means, and PR is divided into 2, so that would be 4 units and 4 units here over here. And then OQ is X. OQ, okay, it's given. OQ is X, right? And then QS is 2. You know what that means? OQ plus QS, they'll give us a radius. So remember that the radius of the cycle is the same everywhere. So the radius of the cycle is OQ plus QS, right? So that will give us how much? X plus 2. That's the radius. So that means OS is the radius. Remember, that's equal to the whole of OS, and it's also equal to the whole of OP, right? So sorry, that's OP. So all of these are radii. Okay, so now let's start with the question. The first question says, determine, giving a reason, the size of OQP. So OQP, oh, we've already designated that OQP is 90 degrees, right? So that should be 90 degrees. And then when they say we must give a reason, we've already spoken about it. Remember, line from center of the cycle bisecting the chord will be perpendicular to the chord. So that's the reason. Then, as easy as that, you have your 2 marks. And then we go to the next question, 8.22. Calculate the length of PO. Oh, we know that PO is the radius. So remember what you said here. You said the radius is x plus 2. So if you can get x, that means we have the PO, because we just add x to 2 and then we have the radius or PO. So you realize that if this is 90 degrees, this triangle OPQ is now a right angle triangle. That means you can apply a theorem of Pythagoras. Okay, I wanted to say theorem of Pythagoras. I'm sure you're familiar with it. So this is the hypotenuse side, and these are the two adjacent sides, which is 4 and x. So the hypotenuse side, which is our radius, happens to be PO. So we'll say hypotenuse side, which is PO squared, is equal to this side here, OQ, or we can say QO, plus PQ squared. So this is the definition of the theorem of Pythagoras. So PO, we know it's radius, that's what you're looking for. So we can call it OP. It's basically, we can say PO, OP, it's the same thing. Then OQ is X. Remember, we're given that is X, and from our statement over there, so that will be X squared. Don't forget the square. The PQ, we said it's 4 squared, right? But remember what you said about OQ, it's x plus 2, right? I think I should have replaced there by x plus 2 from the beginning. So let me just do it on this step. X plus 2 squared is equal to x squared plus 4 squared is 16. So this is now the square of binomial, which will be x squared, right? X times x is x squared, plus 4x plus 4 is equal to x squared plus 16. Remember what I did here? Now I'm just going to do it here on the side. Let me just do here below. Remember x plus 2 all squared, you can just open 2 bracket x plus 2 into x plus 2. And then if you multiply x by x, you get x squared. Okay? And then if you multiply x, which is foiling, times 2, you get 2x. And then you have another 2x here, which will give us 4x. And then 2 times 2 will give us a 4. So that's what I did just to explain further for those that might not have understood. So let's go back to our equation. We have x squared on this side and x squared on the other side. So they will cancel out. X squared and x squared. So you'll be left with 4x this side plus 4 is equal to 16. Now you can take 4 to the other side. It's going to be 4x is equal to 16 minus 4. Remember, when it comes this side, you can just subtract a 4 this side and subtract a 4 that side. So we will remain with 4x on the left, and then on the right 16 minus 4 is equal to 12. Then you can divide by 4 here, divide by 4 there, and then you'll find that x is 12 divided by 4, which is 3. Remember, we've just calculated x, we have not calculated PO, which is what the equation is asking. So that means we said PO, remember, is x plus 2 from our initial statement over there. So now that we know x is 3, we'll just substitute 3 plus 2. That means PO is equal to 5, and that's all. Right? Then you have the 5 marks. So we can call it a day on the first of the series that I'll be posting. Stay tuned for the next video and subscribe if you like the video. Hit the like button and stay tuned for more. Cheers.